Today we're going to do a cursed move, which is the armbar. Why is it a cursed move? Because if you ask anyone on the street, do you know how to do a rear naked choke? Yeah. Armbar? Yeah. But you can only say you really know a move if out of every 10 attempts you get it 8 times. I've told you this before. I once gave a seminar in Frankfurt. There was a European Jiu-Jitsu championship going on, I don't know. There were about 70 people and around 30 black belts in Jiu-Jitsu. So just to stir things up, I asked, who here knows how to do a rear naked choke? Man with a bunch of black belts, right? Everyone raised their hand. Bro, I asked 6 of them to show me, and all 6 made basic mistakes with the rear naked choke. Armbar is the same thing. Armbar is a damn move that everyone... So you're in mount, you see an arm like this, and you think, damn, I'm going for it. But man, the armbar is a cursed position because if you mess it up, you end up on the bottom, okay? In MMA, that's a pain. You end up on the bottom and damn. You have to remember that MMA judges are guys who come from boxing. Most of the time, the guy doesn't even understand. Yeah, they're boxing judges. These guys don't understand what's going on here. If you punch someone in the face, they get it. You're winning, you're winning. But if I go for the arm, miss, end up on the bottom, and the guy lands on top, for the judges, the guy who got out from the bottom is the one who's winning. So, the armbar is dangerous. Armbar, you're going to learn it. You go there, lock the hand in, throw it over here. Isn't that how we learn it? Bro, when are you ever going to pull something like that off? Never. By the time I grab here, the guy's already going to rip his arm out, man. Throw, that's not how the armbar is going to work, okay? Just like there was that trick with the Ezekiel choke, using the chin in the eye. Just like there was that trick for doing the Americana by locking the shoulders forward, putting the neck board in place. I'm going to show how we can create space for the armbar. And I'm going to show you the right way to go for the armbar. The safest one. There are different ways, but this is the safest, okay? So I want to go for the armbar. What am I going to do here, man? I'm going to come in, lock his head here, and put my chest on his face. Look, check this out. His nose is turned that way, strike, okay? Watch how I'm going to do it. Look. I turn his face and put my chest on his face. Look at his hand pushing me up. He's going to push, man. The guy is going to push. If I were wearing a shirt, I'd be sweating on his face here, okay? Why did I go in with my chest and not use my hand? Can I do it with my hand? Can I? But with the hand, for a brief moment, I'm off balance. He can bridge to one side or the other, see? That already makes things difficult for me. When I go in with my chest, I have my elbow giving me support on one side and my hand on the other. I go over to the side where his face is. I press down with my shoulder. And that's for what? So it doesn't turn into that struggle. If I come this way, he turns to the other side. See? He turns to the other side. Then I'll have to keep coming this way. And he turns to the other side again. So I'm going to use my shoulder. You see that in mount, we're always using the shoulder, right? To direct the head. I use my shoulder, smashed his face that way. Turn that way, strike. He doesn't turn anymore. Now by putting pressure forward, I'm going to spin. I press my chest into his face, really smashing it. See? See? Look, he's going to push. He pushed and I got to the situation where his arm is a bit stretched upwards. That's what I need to attack the armbar, okay? We've already seen how we're going to get his arm extended. Forget about that crap, like grabbing and pulling this way. Another way I can also get it, from the same setup as the katagatame, I got here and he started fighting with his arm down there. Look, this is good too. So I have 2 ways. Basically what I need to attack the armbar, I really need his elbow to be lifted far away from the mat, completely away from the floor. From the ribs, here, tight against the ribs, it's bad, I won't get it. Here I won't get it either. So I can actually get this done quite passively. In other words, I will simply get myself into the right position. And then just wait for him to push me over there. Or actively, completely active. Look, I came here, I got here myself, see? I made that X, okay? And how am I going to do this spin? What did I say about the main armbar? His elbow away from the mat, right? So it's no use doing this here and then when I go to spin, doing this. He'll just put his elbow back on the mat. The guy who realizes his arm is in trouble, the first space that opens up, he'll do this. Elbow on the ground. I need to have something to replace my arm here when I spin. To stop him from bringing his elbow to the ground. So I'm going to do it to the other side here. Look, I went there actively, see? I set up the X, look. The elbow is far away, see? It doesn't come back. What am I going to do? I'm going to spin the side I'm attacking, my knee. I'm going to put it on his head here. Look. Try putting your elbow back on the ground now. Okay, but here, I'm crooked, so I'm going to need to lift this foot. When I lift this foot, he creates space. He pushes my leg or something like that. Damn, he's going to put his elbow on the ground. So that's why we go to the S mount. Just stay here so people can see what the S mount is. If it's the S mount, I throw my knee over. As you can see here, I have already finished this. Automatically take a look at this, everyone. Automatically, when I pivot with my knee, you notice that my other knee comes up, right? I can't just do this here. I get all awkward. Look. To avoid creating space, this foot is going to meet my knee over there. Look. S-mount. So you already know when I say S-mount, the guy pushed my chest here. S-mount, look. You already know. Look. And where's my weight in the S-mount? On the stomach. On the stomach. Here I'm off balance. Here he's very strong. Any bridge there bothers me, but not here. So my weight goes this way. Doing it, I'm going to do exactly this movement, looping the arm. Why am I saying this? Because people do this here too. Look, bam. Then they throw it over here to, by this point, I'm already screwed. The guy grounded his elbow. Look, you've lost the position. So this knee on the side I'm attacking with, it turns toward the head. Automatically, that foot of mine lifts up over there, my knee comes up a little. Now I just bring this foot forward, and I shift my weight this way. I transferred my weight over here, locking him down. I went there actively, made the X. I'm going to attack pressure, look. Knee. S-mount. Weight this way. All right? Up to here, all good. The mistake everyone makes. I hooked it. The guy knows I'm going for the arm. Damn, I'm here. I'm going for the arm. He's just going to wait for me to hit my back on the mat. Or to come up with me. Or to come up with me, look. Or to spin. Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm here. I realize I screwed up. The moment the guy hits there, boom, I already come here. Lie down there. Please strike. Everyone knows how to do this little armbar escape, right? I hope so. So we can understand. We have to understand the escape to know how to avoid it. Look at his arm. Do that armbar escape, strike. Whoa! Where did it start? Thumb turning towards the head. Look, here. Turn there, strike. It won't go. If he turns his thumb towards his head, turn your thumb towards your head. Go ahead, turn it. Then he gets out of the armbar. Knowing this, I'm not going to fall backwards, and I'm not even going to fall towards the head. If I fall backwards, he can turn. If I fall towards the head, he can turn. I'm going to fall this way. This way, applying the pressure in a way that I keep his thumb pointing down. If his thumb is pointing towards the hip, he won't turn, I'm safe. How do I do this safely? By hugging the leg as well. Look, I did the X there. Bring the elbow back. It doesn't come back. Look, I started to create space without releasing the pressure. If he lifts his elbow off the ground, mounted in S, oops. Look. Weight on the belly. He's going to grab there. He already knows he's screwed and is going to grab. No problem. I hug the chest. I anchored on the leg. I start to fall towards the belly. I go over the head. Up to here, all good? Why? If he lets go there, it messes things up. Look, even without grabbing the leg, just having the thumb pointing down, he tries to spin to get out. He doesn't spin. The thumb here, look. With the thumb here, he won't spin. He'll almost go and then come back. Go ahead. He won't. Exactly. But remember I said to anchor the leg? How is he going to get out? Go ahead now. He won't. He's stuck. Ah, master. But then the guy, damn, what about the grip? You didn't mention the grip. He's going to make a monster grip there. Super strong. Make the monster grip. Super strong. I anchored the leg. Monster grip. Super strong. 10 fingers. 10 fingers. Now I'm going to do the following. Look at my elbow. Here, Blade, there's a fight. Especially with a bear hug like yours. There's a fight. Look at my elbow. Wrist. I go back to hand. Should I let go of the leg to finish? I've seen guys do that, okay? Then he spins. Damn. No, damn it. You're going to finish here, man. Legs together. The spinning movement needs this. And it needs his hips to go outwards. If I control the leg, he can't go either. Man, I'm doubly safe here, look. Okay?